Hello everybody there on YouTube, it is I, James, and today I'm going to be reviewing this. A while ago I said I would review a Marx allstate train set. Now for anyone who doesn't know what a Marx allstate train set is, it says it right there. Allstate is basically, these are the very high-end Marx train sets. Now of course this one I got from a friend, his name is Joe, very nice guy. And there's a few things that were added and taken away from this set. Originally, when I got the set, it came with track and a transformer, but since I already have that, I basically didn't need it. And I also had another one of these cars. I think it's a Lehigh Valley car. That's what the LV stands for. I could be wrong. And all that sort of stuff. So, right now, we're just going to go in order of everything that we've got. So, first up is the locomotive. Now, of course, the engine that's in this set is a modified 490. And to be honest, I prefer the 490s over the 400s just because they kind of look a little bit nicer. And also, they've got better looking side rods. But aside from that, they're pretty much the exact same type of locomotive. But this one was specially painted because I thought, why the heck not? It's got a gunmetal gray smoke box that's been slightly weathered. It has a jewel light. It also has buffers on it. I put those on there because these pilots have a nasty tendency to crack if they smack into something, so these buffers act as a literal shock absorber for that, and I put a little hook coupling on there because why the heck not. Again, some more painting throughout there, and I actually painted parts of the interior of the cab, if you can see that. It says 490 on there. And of course, there's actually supposed to be a horn piece right here on the front of the locomotive. However, I moved that and painted it gold, and it's now the whistle on the locomotive, which looks far better. So I'm going to put this on the track. There's our locomotive. And now, onto the tender. Now, as of course, I added a red marker light at the back. It's also a jewel, so it lights up whenever you've got light hitting it in the right direction, so it looks pretty nice. I painted the back end of the tender like this, and it was New York Central one. And I know New York Central isn't red, but I just like red on my locomotives. It looks a whole lot nicer. And of course, it's a slope back tender. There's the coupling for it. It's a knuckle coupler one. But yeah, very light, very cheap tender, so there's not much to really say on that, so I'm just going to put it onto the train. Here we go. Now, onto this. This is the log car. I actually don't know how the log car is supposed to function because there's a mechanism down here that's supposed to make it tip, but I don't know how it does that considering that this is what it looks like underneath. Came with 4 logs. And yeah, nothing really to say on them. It's an eerie flat car, so yeah. Anyway, we're going to couple this onto the train, like so. And now on to the Lehigh Valley car. So here's just a basic hopper wagon. I actually like how this looks. This looks pretty decent. Not to mention, it's plastic and it's lightweight, but it's not like oversized to the point of ridiculousness, and it's not too small to the point of where, oh, I think this is a modified S-gauge model. But yeah, I actually like how this looks. I wish there were more of these cars in my collection. Probably should get some more of these and weather them. But anyway, we're gonna hook that onto the train. Like so. Now on to the other Lehigh Valley car. Here it is. This was the first one that I got. It didn't come with the set. So as you can see, this one's a lot more shiny compared to this one. This one's very dull. It's not shiny. In fact, the paint's a little bit more faded. And I had to re-glue one of the ends on this because it cracked. One of the couplings cracked a bit, so that's fine. But as a way to distinguish between the two, I painted some parts of this wagon, so that way you can tell the difference between them. So anyway, I'm just going to put that one on there, like so. And we're just going to move the train up just a little bit more. And now on to the last car. And this one is actually very similar to the other Marx set I reviewed, the mechanical train set. If you remember, it was that one specifically. But anyway, it has a very similar caboose, albeit this one has a coupling on the front and back, and it has a screw holding it in place. It's not just the base just isn't molded into it. And it is a New York Central caboose, so that's nice. I don't really like these style cabooses too much. I mean, yeah, they're cool, but the trucks on these ones just make it look a little bit too big, in my opinion, or too tall, I should say. But anyway, let's hook it onto the train, like so, if I could get one of its wheels turned around. And now let's hook it on, like that. And now, the whole train is complete and ready to go. Oh yeah, one thing to note about these trains, the 400 and 490s have the Marx micromotor. Essentially, there's no E unit in it, so essentially it only runs in one direction, which is good, so you don't ever have to worry about it getting stuck in one direction. And also, these trains can go pretty fast. So what would I rate this set? Well, I would give it about 8 hopper cars out of 10. If it came with some more cars, and also one other thing, I really wish that the 490s had smoke units in them. That would make this set just perfect. Aside from that, everything else is pretty much fine. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed this quick little review, and I hope to see you next time. See ya.